fiscal year.
All right, everything is on and it's ready to go.
There you go. Okay. Welcome everybody this morning. If Kelly Wood will have her do our opening invocation, and Alan, would you do our lead us in the pledge, please, sir?
If you'll join me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings that you give us, Lord. We thank you for the continued beautiful Greenbrier Valley. And Lord, we just pray for the citizens of our county and the ones that are traveling to our area as they visit this summer, Lord, that you will be with them, be with our kids as they enjoy their summer break, Lord. I just pray for them and lift them up to you. Lord, I pray for our commissioners today as they conduct the county business, and that it will be in your mindset that they will conduct their business. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you all for doing that.
Okay.
We'll call the meeting to order. Under regular business, approve the minutes of the May 26th, 2026 regular meeting. Y'all had a chance to review that. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move we approve the minutes of the May 26th regular meeting, 2026.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Settlements of estates, excuse me. Mary Ingles, our fiduciary supervisor.
Good morning.
Morning.
I have the following 5 estates ready for final settlement. The estates of Betty Woodall Ralston, Zivo Vernon Walker, Carol and Francis Farron, David Hewitt Eggleston, Gerald William Sizemore. All estates are in good order.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the settlements of estates as presented?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, exonerations, county splits and consolidations presented by Joe Darnell, our assessor.
I have her back at rocks.
Okay.
Four impropers.
And impropers, yeah. Exonerations and property. Do we have a motion to approve the exonerations and properties as presented?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, financial approvals from McCullough for County Clerk, Arts and Recreation transfer.
The following arts and rec transfer from savings to checking. Town of Alderson Main Street, $1,200. That's for 25-26 music for the market. Carnegie Hall, $35,000. That's for the 25-26 programming. GVT, $4,444.55. That's for the 25-26 programming. The total of $40,644.55 from savings to checking.
Okay, do we have a motion to transfer $40,644.55 from savings to checking to pay these invoices?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Budget revisions.
Several budget revisions. The first one is to increase general account 700,567 for $470. That's for the monthly deputy sheriff uniform fees payment that was due for May 2026. The next one is to increase law enforcement salary 70103 by $1,943. FICA Social Security by $198 and retirement expense by $439. And this was a check from Avion Turkeys for salary reimbursement. The next one is to increase law enforcement salary by $8,558. FICA tax Social Security by $870 and retirement expense by $1,932. And that was a check from the Greenberg County Board of Education for salary reimbursement. Next one is to increase law enforcement salary by $27,035. FICA tax, social security by $2,745 and retirement expense by $6,100. And that was a check from the city of Lewisburg for salary reimbursement for Senator Justice Security Detail. The next one, we need to increase courthouse contribution to other governments for the broadband expansion grant received. $59,419.93, and that state check deposit into OASIS. Next one was we need to increase county commission professional services for the grant received from the state for the quincentennial mural project received of $5,000, and that state check was deposited into OASIS. Next one is we need to increase county commission professional services for the AML grant reimbursement received in the amount of $319,434.34, and that was a state check deposit into OASIS. Next one is to increase mental health contributions, transfers to other government entities by $2,800 and decrease 699,223 contingencies, professional services. And this is to cover invoices. That is all the budget revision.
I'm gonna commend you for that one word that you just said out. I mean, it's about 35 characters long.
I hope it was right.
You did it right.
It sounded good anyway.
Sounded good.
Do we have a motion to approve the budget revisions as presented?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, line item transfer.
And the following line item transfers because it is the end of the year. The first one is the sheriff is requesting line item transfer from 700,442 to 700,103 in the amount of $11,759.25. The second one, the West Virginia 4-H Extension Office, they want to do a line item transfer of $1,300 from travel line 412,214 to the office supply line of 412,341. The next one is Emergencies Communications Center. They would like to transfer $1,500 from 712,215 building maintenance to 712,213 utilities to cover the anticipated utility bills for dispatch. The next one is, increased agricultural agent 412,106 retirement by $675, and decrease 412,230 agricultural agent contract services by $675. The last one, they'd like to take $125.40 out of 731,344 and put it in 731,345. This is day report.
Okay.
And that's all the line items.
Do we have a motion to approve the line item transfers as presented?
So moved.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
The one with the extension, I thought we decided that we had nothing to do with Josh's salary. It's paid from
It's not,
WVU.
it's not from Josh's, it's for the 3 agents, it's the retirement.
Well, it says
and
agriculture agent, and
Well,
that's
it-
Josh.
It's what it's labeled on our,
But it's for the
On our
other
budget.
three employees that work down there.
Oh, okay, so
We
it's not
didn't-
Josh's.
We
No.
didn't budget enough in the retirement for them when we did the
the
budget last year.
calculation didn't
Calculation
take
wasn't
the
right,
pay raise.
Okay, well, I knew,
but we double checked
But I
all that.
checked with, and I also checked with Josh before I did
Yeah.
that. Josh and I worked that one out anyways.
Yeah.
He helped me come up with which line. So I had a conversation with Josh on Thursday or Friday last week.
Yeah.
So
It's the other 3 that worked out.
Yes.
yeah. It's just labeled agricultural agent on the budget papers, like when you guys get the spreadsheet. So that's
Mhm.
like county commission, county clerk, and so that's their group. That's what it's labeled
Okay,
in the system.
Yeah,
So
but it's not for him.
okay, all right.
Okay, we've already got a motion on that. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. And the next is pay the bills down here in the two big envelopes. We've got the, all the bills and invoices for the last few weeks, and all three commissioners have looked at all those and signed off on them. So we have a motion to pay the bills as presented.
I move we pay the bills as presented.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
New business, consideration of resolution number 4 for the Ridges Project, White Sulphur Springs TIF. Do we have anybody with us today on that?
Hey, it's Cassie. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, Cassie.
Okay.
Of the week.
Noted, we have resolution number 4 for the Ridges project. This includes pay estimate number 1 from C2G Engineering for construction in the amount of $78,699.37. We also have invoicing from EL Robinson for their services to date, which include construction, admin, and project inspection totaling $18,519.18. The sum of all the invoices combined and the total amount requested is $97,218.55.
And all this comes with the, out from the TIF account.
Correct.
So do we have a motion to approve resolution number 4 for the Ridges Project?
Make a motion, we approve, resolution number 4.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
What was the name of that first company that invoice?
Yes, ma'am.
C2G Engineering.
Yeah, C2, the number 2, G Engineering Incorporated. Okay,
Do you need this?
I might get a copy of that later just to look at it.
here's what it is. Each one of you need to sign that.
I do.
I'll give it back to you here in just a minute.
Okay, while they're signing that, we'll move on to consideration of resolution number 7 for the Mapledale Water Storage Tank Project, White Sulphur Springs TIF. And you have that again, don't you?
Yep.
Yes.
This resolution includes just one invoice. This is pay estimate number 1 for construction to Lynch Construction, the amount of $25,200.
And, y'all probably know, but the Mapledale water tank was a necessary additional project, up 92. When someone was taking water out of the fire hydrants up there probably a year and a half ago, they discovered the low pressure and there wasn't enough pressure for the fire trucks to fill up or for fire suppression. So it was necessary. We found out then it was necessary to add a tank in to up the pressure. So that's what this is for. So we have a motion to approve the resolution number 7.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Also need to sign that. Consider revised draw request number 19 for the Gig Ready Broadband Project.
I have a question before we move on.
Okay,
Mr. President, I don't see an actual invoice for Lynch Construction.
That's in this one, isn't it?
25-2.
that's
Is that
there.
Cassie, is that
that's
the-
back, isn't it?
contractor's application for payment? Is that their actual invoice? Because normally don't we receive a separate invoice from the contractor?
No, that is what we typically see as invoicing for construction.
Okay.
So it lays out like their contract amount, what their current retainage is, and then computes what they are able to bill to date.
Okay.
And then beyond that, you'll see like their progress estimate. And that's a really good glance at what they're billing. So we can see that they're, for this particular invoice, they're just billing their mobilization. And this is also a really good reference to see like of their work, what they have complete. And so with this being the first invoice just for mobilization, we can see that they're at 2% complete as far as their overall contract goes. So just,
I'm seeing that now. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
There's just Lynch Construction on it.
Yes, just Lynn's Construction.
And just also a little more information about the invoicing. It's always signed off a representative of the engineering firm. Their project inspector will actually confirm, like as they go through the project, the quantities that they have installed to ratify what they're billing. So this is just a really good reference document, just as far as like progress goes.
Any more questions on that?
No, thank you. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
And we took a vote on that.
We did.
We did, okay. All right. Number 3, consider revised draw request number 19 for the Gig Ready broadband project, and Amanda has that. Morning, Amanda.
Good morning. So this is draw request number 19. This has already been considered by the commission. Previously, it was under the understanding that when the project was funded, it was a 75-25% match. However, the state allowed some of those funds to be forwarded up front, so it didn't, all of the match didn't have to be paid up front. So everything has been a 75-25 split. Once we went into construction, we were under the impression that the state was going to be able to work with the commission to allow some of those line items to have a higher match rate percent than others to keep the match funds within construction and labor and things like that. The state has come back and said that it has to be 75-25 across the board. They're not able to change exactly how everything is allocated. So the total match amount that is required from the commission did not change. It just has to be an even 75-25 across each line item. So this draw request shows 25% has been paid to both invoices for Thompson and Litton. And a 25% of the CityNet invoice that was related to Make Ready has been paid by the commission. The remaining 25% of the CityNet invoice is what's still outstanding, and that's what this resolution outlines. So the remaining 25% match requested from the commission is going to be $253,861.49. And that's just to cover the remaining 25% of that CityNet invoice. And the CityNet purchased equipment for the project. That's where that invoice has come from. I'm happy to help answer any questions. I know it's a little confusing how this has kind of played out. So happy to help answer any questions if there are any.
When was the CityNet invoice received?
When was it received? Was that your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it was received. Let me pull that date up here really quick. They submitted that invoice to us on March 18th.
Now,
And then we paid what we thought we were supposed to pay at that time, correct?
Correct, which was the Make Ready portion of that particular invoice.
We paid $1328.95.
Mhm.
That's all right. $1328.95 is what we paid.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
And so we've received another invoice after that? or-
No, it's the same
or-
invoice. Yeah,
Same
it's the same
invoice.
invoice.
Why did we
It's
not
just
pay
the
it?
remaining total 25% of that to cover the match of 25% of that total invoice. So you paid a portion of it.
But I guess my question is, why did we not pay the 25% when we received the invoice why didn't we pay the 255,000 instead of 1328?
in the beginning, when we went to do the budget amendment, it was requested by the commission that matching funds try to only stay in the construction line items like labor, construction, things like that, and stay out of the equipment line items. So that's how the budget amendment was presented to the state. The state was originally okay with that until they went through the processing of it and said, well, this isn't going to work. It's going to have to be across the board. So originally, when this invoice was submitted, everyone was under the impression that it would just be higher match rates on other line items like construction and construction labor, things like that. So there was no match allocated at the time to the line item of equipment. So that's where that came from. That was supposed to have come from the grant itself, but the state is no longer able to accommodate that. So it'll have to be an even 25% match split across all line items.
Yeah, we knew that back in March. Okay. We have a motion to pay the draw request number 19 for the Gig Ready broadband project.
So move.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
That was 253, 861.49, correct?
Yes. Just CityNet LLC.
CityNet LLC.
Number 4, consideration of time extension request for the Gig Ready broadband project. Amanda's got that one too.
That is me as well. So this one, again, the commission has already approved this. The state just asked that we update the letter. So with the original time extension that we submitted this time last year, the state only approved 6 months of that instead of the full year that was requested. So now they've requested that we send an updated letter. So the dates are the same. The only thing that we changed was the status of the project because the project is going into construction. We changed the status, but the date to December 31st, 2026 to request that time extension remains the same.
Anybody have any further questions? We got a motion to approve the time extension request.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's got about 10 places signed, so I'll do that after. Okay, consideration of Greenbrier Gig Ready broadband project signatory.
This is the last item for the Greenbrier Gig Ready project, but currently the signatories that the state has on file is Tammy Tincher, and then the backup was Britt. So they'll just need something to say that the current updated signatory would be the commission president for this project.
We got letters. We'll see that, huh?
Need to remove Brett as well.
I didn't even read the letter. You should.
Okay, the only signatory that's showing on here now is myself, president. So that will remove both Brett and Tammy, right?
Correct. You would be the signatory from this point moving forward.
So we have a motion to sign this agreement.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Consider change order number 11 for the Meta River Trail project. Matt Ford is with us by Zoom today.
Good morning.
His local office, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, in Martinsburg today. So, change order number 11 includes the installation of 2 additional culverts. There were 2 culverts that we planned to reuse, but, they were damaged and, it was causing a couple sinkholes in the trail. So, needed to get those replaced with new culverts. So change order number 11 increases the contract cost by $4,650 It also increases the contract time for the time to install those culverts, plus some additional bad weather days, which brings the total contract amount to $2,161,991.70, and adds 18 days to substantial completion and 13 days to the contract.
That doesn't change the opening date of this Friday, the 12th, or anything like that.
It does not. There may be some work that they need to do after the ribbon cutting, but it should be things that won't require closure of the trail, like some signage and whatnot. But yeah, the ribbon cutting still on schedule for 10 a.m. on June 12th. And every time I look at the weather, it continues to improve. I was worried we were going to have some rain, but it's now saying it's partly cloudy on Friday morning. So I think we're in good shape.
Make a motion to approve change order number 11.
Okay, we have a motion to approve change order number 11 for the Meadow River Trail Project. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
See you.
Consider the VOCA grant application and resolution for the prosecutor's office.
They haven't brought it over yet, but this is the victim advocate grant for Kindle's position. So it would be one that we've done in the past. They're in the process of working through that. It's due first part of July, so they wanted to request permissions at this point. We will see the sheriff's department at the next meeting.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve for me to sign the VOCA grant application and resolution when it's presented to us by the prosecutor's office?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. This is that thing, that signatories we approved. Just need y'all's signature.
I just missed it.
Okay, consideration of MOU between Greenbrier County Commission and the town of Rupert for demolition and site remediation of 156 Nicholas Street, Rupert.
Packet, I'll have to
Yeah.
grab it.
We'll let Kelly get that packet for us.
If you could.
Read it.
Yeah, if you would, that way it'll give everybody a understanding of what we're talking about, how it was requested.
So the county commission received a letter dated May 18th, 2026 from the town of Rupert for assistance in demolition of the old gas station at 156 Nicholas Street. They had received a quote from LD Hanna, who has been doing our other demolition properties. The amount was under what our requirement is to have it bid out. So we are going to present this MOU to the commission for a vote today. This is a memorandum of understanding between the Greenbrier County Commission and the town of Rupert. This MOU is entered into between Greenbrier County Commission and the town of Rupert. The purpose of this MOU is to establish the responsibilities and understanding between the parties regarding demolition and site remediation of the property located at 156 Nicholas Street, Rupert, West Virginia, 25984. The county acknowledges receipt of the town's request for assistance regarding demolition of the above referenced structure and agrees that the property constitutes one of the most significant blighted properties along Scenic Highway US Route 60. Acceptance of quote, the parties acknowledge and agree that demolition quote submitted by LD Hanna and Son in the amount of $14,780 is acceptable for the scope of work contemplated herein. The town's responsibilities, the town of Rupert shall coordinate and order the demolition with LD Hannah and Son, perform all necessary administrative and legal actions required prior to demolition, including but not limited to obtaining all required permissions from property owner and or proceeding with demolition pursuant to applicable Town of Rupert ordinances, bylaws, and legal authority. Ensure compliance with all applicable state and local laws, regulations, and permitting requirements. Follow all recommendations, guidance, and directives issued by the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. Follow all instructions and recommendations provided by Cleveland Honaker regarding underground storage tanks and related environmental concerns. Ensure that a lien is placed upon the property upon completion of the demolition in the amount of $14,780. County requirements. The Greenbrier County Commission requires that a WVDEP certified Class B underground storage tank worker be present on site during demolition activities involving the property. The demolition contractor shall, upon completion of demolition and excavation activities, bring in gravel and grade the surrounding area so that the site is level with existing floor elevations and fuel island area. Upon completion of demolition and excavation activities, the Town of Rupert shall submit the final invoice from LD Hannah and Son to the Greenbrier County Commission. The county agrees to remit payment for the invoice only after all demolition and excavation work has been completed and the site work outlined herein has been satisfactorily performed. It is understood and agreed that should the Town of Rupert recover payment through satisfaction of the lien placed upon the property, the town shall reimburse the Greenbrier County Commission the amount recovered up to the full amount of $14,780. This MOU shall become effective upon execution by both parties and shall remain in effect until all obligations contained herein are fulfilled.
Do we have a motion to approve this memorandum of understanding for the demolition of the old station?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Consider signing a letter of owner consent for the rehab of the Lewis Spring for the Department of Interior semis, which quincentennial grant. I get all that out in a minute. Okay.
Got Al.
Al, you gonna
Get that word.
present it?
Semi-quincentennial.
Okay.
Semi-quincentennial, yeah. And AI always wants to correct it in some fact.
Oh, yeah.
Split it up into 5 or 6 pieces, something like that. Before I get to the actual business, I want to say one thing. I'm a military guy and I'm always looking for the hat so that I can go over and thank somebody for their service. And in my retired life, I'm having more and more opportunities to appear before city councils, county commission and stuff like that. And I think it's appropriate to say thank you to you guys. This is really the rubber hits the road, and it amazes me to think every time I sit through a meeting like this, that in thousands and thousands of places all over the country, this happens every day. And this is where the rubber hits the road. Some things don't work with your job. So I start by saying thank you. Now, what you've got in front of you, and I guess that Commissioner Rose, you'll be the one that remembers this. Because back in February 2024, Jerry Janigan and I appeared before the county commission to make a proposal because the Greenbrier Historical Society wished to engage in a project to rehab the Lewis Spring in downtown Millersburg, right behind this building. And that was because the Department of the Interior and National Park Service put out, they had a lot of money to distribute around this country in connection with the 250th anniversary that was going to be celebrated this year. It will be celebrated this year. And they were looking for projects that they could support around the country that would celebrate or help to celebrate that anniversary. So we felt that the Lewis Spring would be a project that might be able to qualify for that money. And we made application with a letter of support from the owner of that property, that being the county commission. We did not receive a grant that year.
They still had money, last year, 2025, so we applied again. We did not receive money last year, and we thought that the time was over. But, I wanted to title my presentation this morning, Third Time's the Charm. Because apparently they have more money, and the people that we work with there have been supportive and encouraging as far as our reapplication. So we have made, or will make, we're working on it right now, it has to be submitted, I don't remember what the deadline is, but it's fairly soon. It has to be, have to submit the application, so we would propose to reapply. What you've got in front of you, and I know the two of you have not seen this probably yet, and I'm happy to answer questions about it, but basically what's proposed in the grant itself involves a rehabilitation, restoration of the wall that comes from 219 out to the spring house, rehab of the spring house, redoing the drainage that goes back underneath 219, doing some concreting and generally shaping up and making it look very, very presentable. The biggest thing probably is, and I think it's on the third page, and maybe the fourth page, yeah, is the, putting in a handicapped accessible walkway that comes from 219 to the spring house and ends with a little area that's there where you can climb the steps now, and look into the spring house, so it would become handicapped accessible. That's a big part of it. We also want for a crosswalk, obviously. I think it's obvious today that we need a crosswalk, but in connection with this project, we would ask for a crosswalk. And some other improvements there in the area, just to make it look nice. The first picture that you have, cover sheet, shows kind of how inviting it looks right now. We'd like to make it much more inviting as sort of the centerpiece of what Lewisburg is all about. The last page of the colorful brochure is the budget that we had proposed in there as part of our project request to the government. And that was at that time, $328,800. You will note in the bottom right on that page is a little total estimated cost. Well, after that, there's a little paragraph that talks about other things that we would like to do, we would propose to do to spruce up the whole general land of Lewis Park. That, as I recall at that time, President Rose was something county commission at that time was very interested in, doing more to bring the park kind of back to what it was originally back in 1976. So I put a paragraph in there to talk about that money, which would not be covered by the particular grant that we're requesting from the Department of Interior. So the estimated cost back at that time was $328,800 for the grant that we request. The last page you have is the budget that we prepared, the updated budget and timetable for this particular grant request. And that's pretty self-explanatory. You can see the price has gone up $398,832 for the work that's proposed in the grant or the grant itself, which is related to the spring, the handicapped accessibility, all of those improvements that are listed on and explained in the brochure. So again, all that we're requesting of you right now is the owner's, the letter of consent that I believe Kelly has. That would once again continue your consent to our efforts to get the government to give us this money so that we can proceed with the plan, and that's outlined on the timeline. We would have the whole thing we would hope could be if everything went according to plan, could be done by the end of 2027. That's probably ambitious, but it's realistic. So that's the request that I come to you with today. We have we've gotten 3 letters of support from Senator Deeds and a couple of other local representatives here, which is a requirement as well. But if we can get your consent, we will proceed with the application process in the hopes that we will be able to gain this money and perform this work.
I'll make a motion that we sign the letter of owner consent for the rehab of Lewis Spring.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
I have a question or two. First of all, the city of Paulsboro is supportive. I said
Yes.
the mayor's office have supported. This would become a tourist attraction?
That's the primary motivation, second to only to the historic preservation. To make sure that the spring, which needs some, the spring house needs some stabilization, there's some problems behind it. It probably would need to be some conservation as far as the tree and other things that are back there and the drainage in general. And of course, the handicapped accessibility due to now we can go in anytime to get the crosswalk, but try to get the crosswalk, and that'd be on the list regardless, because I think it's necessary. But it ties the spring and the historic spring area with the Montwell Commons and with the barracks and that whole area right there, right here, which is a key portion of the tourist attraction and beauty for the city. Historic preservation is a primary thing. Beautification of the area would be a secondary thing.
Now, is it going to be something that has to be manned? I mean, when this finished project is over with, or is it are you envisioning your own time, you're there by yourself as a visitor?
Correct. It would be, it's just open to the public. There's no plan, no need really, and just as there has not been up until now for any kind of manning. Lighting also is a part of the project, as you can see. So you'd have lighting that would go down from 219 to the Spring House, and that area at the Spring House would be lighted. So something you could visit anytime of day or night. There's been some discussion about, and actually I think Margaret Hambrick, who's the one who's been working primarily with me on this particular project. There's been some discussion about security cameras.
Yes, we had a conversation the other day and it can be added to our system, off of our building down to there. So it would come off of our backside.
Yeah.
To be added to our, just a extra.
Probably a
camera.
necessary thing nowadays, any way to slice it, but that's the only thing I can think of in the area, other than normal process as far as security and things like that are concerned in general. But no need for any person or anything like that, just making it accessible so that both accessible and looking nice. I'm not trying to be derogatory about the way it now, but it's not an inviting area. Right. If you're down there and people don't realize it's back.
Yeah, if, one thing about applying for this grant, we get this grant, it'll take care of a lot of maintenance and stuff that needs to be done now. Shoring up the retaining walls, the stairs at the Spring House are getting very deteriorated. As Al said, I think back in 2005 or 6 when I was on the commission, we replaced the roof on it, but with the leaves and everything from behind laying up on there, that's deteriorated again a little bit. So it does a lot of the repair work and stabilization to preserve it. That's needed to be done anyhow. And then, of course, the drainage in the bottom, those drop inlets and the piping will go into the manhole at on our side, of this side of 219, where the drainage goes now. The only difference is it be updated and new, cleaned out. It's got some sediment in it at this point. So it's just an upgrade and makes it a tourist attraction. And all this corner down here, that park is county owned property. It's not city property, it's county property, part of our area here. So
Has anyone looked at those trees that are above it?
Yes.
What kind of shape are they in?
I think as the lawyer, pilot, non-engineer, that some of them are gonna need to be taken out.
That's what they look like to me. I'd hate for us to get it in nice shape and one of those trees fall across it.
Absolutely. And that's in fact one of the quote dangers that we would talk about, but like all things, it's not, it's probably, if you have a good plan, it's a plan that would take care of the situation of the problem, not just poke at it, so.
I'm not opposed to trees, but that one in particular does not look safe. But I want to commend you on this project. I've been in the spring house and I'm glad you're taking this on because it's the reason Lewisburg's here. Settlers settled because of the water source in this location.
Okay.
Great.
All right, we only have a motion to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Al, we appreciate it.
Thank you for your work.
Okay, number 10, consider signing HAVA grant application and resolution for the Greenbrier County Clerk to apply for e-poll books.
I think you have to, grant, it's 8515. My quote was for over 95,000, so they'll pay 85% of that. I'm only liable for the 15%. I have that 15% of my election administration fund that I have now to pay to cover that 15%. And this is just a new e-poll books that are out. A lot of the counties are using them. It eliminates the paper poll book where you get the poll slip. It'll be a tablet now. All the voters for that precinct will be downloaded into a thumb drive into this tablet. We'll turn the tablet around, and once we find you, you'll sign the tablet and it prints out a ticket. And it'll also eliminate the people that are still independent, no party, from going up to the machine and the poll worker picking which party they said they was on their ticket. On this one, we'll put the ballot actually in the printer. It comes with these and it'll print a barcode on there and it'll tell that express vote what party they are. So that way there's no mistake in pushing if you're a Democrat, Republican.
Less human error possibilities.
Yes, it's gonna be less human error and it's gonna save us time. We won't have to stay there and print buy all that paper and print all those books. And then when they come back in, it saves Jason, Teresa from taking a scanner and scanning all those barcodes to give people voters credit. Cause it'll automatically give them voters credit once we get it back.
Cool.
They're highly recommended. Like I said, almost all the counties are going with that. And now that,
And the state has approved this and as.
yes, they sent me that
legitimate.
HAVA grant out the other day and it's at 8515 on the e-poll books. And I'd like to apply for it because Jason's very interested in doing them and he's very computer savvy and I mean, I think he's wonderful with them and
You don't, you don't think the poll workers will have any issues with it? But most of the poll workers are like me, a little elderly.
well, a lot of those have stepped down. So I mean, I do have some elders, but not as many, but the ones that I do have, no, this will be, I think, better for them. Cause it's fairly easy
Simple.
because almost all those people, elderly people have cell phones. So this is not much different than looking something up on your cell phone.
I think it would be easier than the books, so you don't
Yes.
flip through all the
Not
pages.
everybody
Yes.
has flip phones anymore.
Yeah.
All you do is just
Yes.
type in the search, from what I
And
understand.
they're really nice, where they showed them to us.
Well, you'll have at least one in each
Yeah.
precinct.
And I thought
that's
since
gonna
I
be
have that
savvy
money,
enough
cause
to-
now several years ago, they had to stop sending all of our money to the state.
Mhm.
We got to put so much in an election administration fund and I get to put so much in a county clerk fund. So, I have a good bit of money in that election fund right now that will cover
Cover
that.
10%.
I'll make a motion that we approve the HAVA grant application for Robert to apply for e-poll books.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Just need each of you to sign that where it says commissioner and then I can finish that and get it submitted on the 15th, because that's the day they'll start taking them. And because it's first come, first serve, I think so.
We'll get in early then.
Yes, I want to get it in early.
Okay, and number 11. Consider signing the drunk driving prevention grant application for July 1st through September 2026 for the Greenbrier County Sheriff's Department.
This is their just normal grant that they requested $5,000 for, the drunk driving prevention grant, so. That will cover their overtimes and things like that, and we get reimbursed for.
And that's just your DUI checkpoints, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Did you say 5,000?
5,000, yes, ma'am. Okay, do we have a motion to sign the driving prevention grant application?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 12, consider approval of resolution authorizing investment in the consolidated funds. Richie, I'll let you have that one.
So for some time, we've been working with a company called 3+1 to figure out an investment method for the county's consolidated funds. So we have a resolution. Whereas WV Code 12-6C-6 authorizes spending units and political subdivisions of the state of West Virginia to participate and invest in a consolidated fund, which is administered and managed by the Board of Treasury Investments and used to purchase securities and other investments authorized by law. And whereas Greenbrier County Commission, the governing body of County Commission, a spending unit or political subdivision of the state of West Virginia, has reviewed the investment policy of the West Virginia Board of Treasury Investments and the provisions of all applicable agreements, applications, state and local law policies, rules, and ordinances. And whereas the undersigned governing body has made an independent determination that investment in a consolidated fund in accordance with the provisions of the aforesaid statute is in the best interest of the spending unit or political subdivision and is within the scope of activities and investments for which is authorized by law. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Commission is hereby authorized to participate in a consolidated fund for the purpose of investment, and its treasurer or designated financial officer is further authorized to do all things necessary in order to participate in the investment pools in the consolidated fund as selected below. West Virginia money market is checked yes. The West Virginia government money market is checked no, and West Virginia short-term bond pool is checked no. We did some time ago create a resolution for investment of funds through them, but this is just the resolution authorizing the investment in the consolidated fund.
And we'll have several places.
Yeah.
For you guys to sign once for viewing purposes. And we have authorization. It'll be set up like our normal, the sheriff, the clerk, and the president of the commission will be the three signatories on it that have full authorization. There'll be myself, head, and the other two commissioners, along with the 3+1 person that will be able to view the accounts. So
Just the investment accounts.
it's that investment that we can view them.
I make a motion, we approve the resolution authorizing investment in the West Virginia Consolidated Fund.
Okay, any further questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 We'll go over those.
We'll sign
I
that.
like those accounts. I know I talked to you about putting my accounts in there, that election amount and the clerk's fund.
Yep.
Will I have authorization to view my funds?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was
You'll
just-
be able to view them all.
okay.
Everything that we put over there in
Okay,
that,
I
you'll
just
be
want
able
to
to
make sure,
view.
because she had, when she mentioned who was viewing them, she didn't state that, and I was just wanting to make sure.
You'll be authorized as a person, but
Sure.
also
Okay.
viewing both. So you have all access. You,
Okay.
Lowell, and Bart will have all access.
Okay, like we do
But
now.
then
Yeah.
the rest of us will only have viewing.
Okay,
So then.
And
we
that's
couldn't
just
do
of the
anything.
investment funds in the West Virginia. Pool.
okay.
All right. So we already took our vote on that one, so
Mhm.
consider signing a memorandum of agreement with Greenbrier Emergency Ambulance regarding UTVs and trail. Should be UTV,
UTV.
singular.
Yep.
And, you wanna
Sure.
do the highlights of that?
Yes,
Do the
we-
whole thing, but
So the county owns two UTVs. One is a med bed UTV. We own two trailers as well. Greenbrier County,
these are the older units. We have newer units, but these are the two units we've had for many years.
yes. Yes. The Greenbrier County Emergency Ambulance Service came to us basically saying they had a need for it. They're responding to calls 24/7, 365 as to where these units are locked up and not accessible all the time. So they came to us wanting to know if they would be able to store and use one of these UTVs with the med bed. It'll be kept and stored at their facility in Fairleigh. Yeah, I'm just going to go over the highlights. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Basically, they're going to be responsible for all the maintenance, upkeep of them. They're going to be required to keep maintenance logs and share that log with us in December of every year. They are going to be required to put the county as an additional insured on their insurance. Operation by the vehicle is only by GCAS licensed employees. Let's see, I think that's about it.
How many are we talking about? One or two?
One vehicle.
One.
Just one,
One
okay.
vehicle and one trailer.
Okay.
It's the one with the larger one with the med bed, as he said. So they can they can go in the woods or wherever remote locations and transport someone out on the stretcher.
They had stated too that it could have been used a couple weeks back on that rescue up on Cold Knob.
Yeah.
So that would have been very helpful to have had, so it will definitely service them very well.
And it'll also be used at the state fair during the fair for transport people, so they don't have to run the ambulance through the crowd. They can take that unit and pick them up and bring them out versus running the ambulance through the people there at the fair. So, do we have a motion to sign the memorandum of agreement with the Greenbrier Emergency Ambulance?
I move that we do.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, we have one announcement to make. Announce of open request for proposals for mowing and trimming of the Meadow River Trail for the upcoming year. We had a company that's done that for the past year. They'll be mowing it up through the end of June. This contract will start July 1. And
We found on our website under RFP.
Yeah. So you can find it under the county's website. If you cannot find it there, or unable to get it from there, you can contact our offices for for that announcement and request for proposals. That trail's opening actually this Friday. The grand opening. There'll still be a little bit of work to few little odds and ends, just cleanup stuff to be done after that, but nothing that'll keep the trail from being usable. And it's very attractive. It's been done. Had a great job done on it. It really looks nice. It's about 21 miles of new trail from Rainelle over to Fayette County. And Senator Justice gave us another 3.2 million to take it from there all the way down into the Golly River National Park, so that that can connect with all the trails down there. So you'll be able to get on at Rainelle and go all the way in the Golly Bridge eventually. So and all through the Golly River Park National Park. So it's a big asset, I think, for Greenbrier County. It'll be a big boost in the arm for Rainelle and Meadow River Valley area, the tourism.
Is there a deadline for the request for mowing and trimming.
Let's see, it is
June
July, yeah, we're
22nd, I think.
mandatory pre-bid is on June 17th at 1, and the sealed bids are due by 3 p.m. on July 6th. We'll open those at our July meeting then.
Just a couple announcements for me. So we've been working for over a year now on a new .gov updated website for the county that went live 2 weeks ago. It's a phenomenal website. It is
We're still working on
it's
those.
still a work in progress, but I will have to say it's a much easier to work and understand. It is ADA compliant, accessible. So when we have RFPs, it'll be under the county commission tab. And then you'll click RFB on the drop down, and they'll all be listed there. You can print them and everything from that. Also, you can go to the file center, which is a link at the top of the website, and the RFB bid packets are over there. You just click on the current year, as well as the updated zoning ordinance has been uploaded to the file center as well. As soon as you click on file center, it's down there on the right. It says draft updated zoning ordinance with CC revisions. So that's all been uploaded there as well.
And we're getting those out to
We're getting those out to the libraries this week.
Okay, so all that'll be on the updated proposed zoning ordinance is available now.
Yes.
And we'll have to put that on our
we'll have our public
next
hearing.
meeting or something to schedule the public hearing. Hearing one or two, one. Yeah, public hearing on that. That'll be probably first part of July sometime. That way we can take public comment again on that, but everybody can see it now.
Yes,
It's available.
it is available on our new website.
Okay. Okay, anything else anybody's got? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.